Welcome again. Uh, let's configure a Redis connector. So let's go to our connectors and add a connector like and here let's search for Redis, and we find that there is a sync connector like here. Just click it. This only configuration, so yeah, that is the one we need, which is sync Redis sync connector. Choose a topic. Let's create a new topic for this, and did call it to Redis. Create. Here we don't need the schema. Schema is only for those with tables, but we have no uh, schema for KV data storage. So for Redis, we don't need schema. Just we choose a topic. Okay, and what else? We will choose a format for our value, and this will be like bytes. I don't need to do like a string, only bytes. So I can send images, videos, whatever I want in this value, unless what I send is less than 2 megabytes, which is the maximum size, the default maximum size for messages. And what about the key? The key will be string. The key for the message will be the key for the Redis, and the value for the message will be the value for Redis. So here the value will be bytes, and the key will be like string. And authentication for Kafka will be like this, and we need to insert both the secret key and the API key. And what is about Redis server? What's the host name? So we will go to our console and ask Kubernetes to get us a list of its services. And go to Redis and copy the IP for this service, and don't forget the port number, which is the default 6379. So just go here for the host name 6379, and we don't need for this, and for database index, which is index maybe 0, and the server select. Okay, and the server password is the same password we used before, which is this, and number of tasks to be just one. Now next, and launch, and wait a little until this connector to run. And until we are waiting, we can go to our repo, and for the folder called connector, find a folder called Redis, and for Redis we'll find 3 files. One of them is a producer that we will use to produce messages to the topic to be consumed by the connector and stored in the Redis itself. So let's check what is Redis producer Redis here. Let's open it from here. Okay, actually we don't need all this. This is for okay, sorry. We need the credential, but we don't need a arrow here because there is no schema. So just uh, there is no value serializer. We will provide it with bytes, and the bytes we will provide it will be sent as this. And for the key serializer, it just serializes string to bytes by just run for a string v a function called encode. So just we will serialize the key, and the value will be in a byte format. So what we'll do, we'll open the image called intertech.jpg, which is that image, and read it as a bytes by a function called f.read. F is this file, is a file handler into value, and this value will be sent to, let's call it to Redis. I hope it's correctly written. So like this is the value, which is the image in bytes, and here's the key, which will be intertech, and this will be produced. So let's check if the connector is working. It is running right now. So now let's go to the new folder, new path, and go here and just run producer.trace. Let's check it is saved first, and after this run it. Oh, it's UI, let's see. Okay, I need credential.json to be beside it, so just go copy credential.json and paste it here. So just here and run it again. Okay, sometimes broker would be unavailable, just run it again and it will work. Okay, now it works. So let's check. Here is a sync. Let's check the topic first for the topic. That is to Redis here, and its consumption was 0. Bytes, nothing is sent. That is weird. Okay, let's check why the messages here and check for partition 0. Run it again. Okay, it's received. This is consumption. It is received, and let's go to our connector. It is processed, so let's go to here and sudo install apt install Redis tools, and then Redis CLI -h with the IP, which I forget what is IP here, so let's get it from the services, and then Redis CLI -h. Now authentication with SOFE4630U. It is okay, and if I get keys, that this is keys, and one of them is on Teratech. So for Teratech, that is a binary format of the image. So if you want just to read it and receive it from Redis, maybe we have to run a new script, which is Redis get here, and for Redis get, just it goes to Redis with this library that we have installed before for the Redis IP. Which is that IP. And connect to the Redis with database 0, and get in Teratech, and save what is get in a file called receive.jpg, and we can see it. So just save it and run what is called Redis. So now where you will find that the same image is received and is called receive.jpg, and the same file, the same size, everything is the same. Just we send it to Kafka topic, and the connector read it from the topic and save it to Redis, and then we read it from Redis like by this script. And by this we have successfully configured and used sync connector for Redis data storage. Thank you for listening.